Yes, g'day and welcome to Club Prairie Fire, your home of World Cup cricket. Happy Englishmen, disappointed Kiwis, and spicy tequila beverages. I am the Prof, a man who loves the business end of all international sporting competition. So, cricket lovers, let me set the scene for you. To the group stages, we say farewell. 20 teams rocked up and bowled and battled and fielded and complained about the pitches, but sadly, as the cleverly named Super 8 stager implies, there are only 8 teams left. What it doesn't tell you in the title is that it is actually split into 2 groups of 4. So, Group 1, which I am already calling Spin City and Australia, is Afghanistan, Australia, India, and Bangladesh. Group 2, which I have decided to call Division 2, is England, the West Indies, the USA, and South Africa. Now, each team will play each other once, with the top 2 teams from each group moving into the semi-finals. Those 2 teams then play. They play the final. The winner is the overall champion. Yes, hooray, T20 World Cup Super 8 cricket is here. Hooray. Okay, now, that's enough from me. Let's bring in your experts. Firstly, our 2 cricketing legends, Michael Vaughan and Adam Gilchrist, who quite wonderfully for this podcast have found themselves together in a hotel room
good.
in Mumbai.
I have
Gents,
to say, guys, it's not just
hello
a
and how
hotel
are
room.
you?
This is a presidential suite that Adam Gilchrist has got. He's only been here, 2 hours? Yep. He arrived 2 hours ago, did the Girl Church from Perth. Just to give you an indication of where we are in our standings at Crick Buzz, that Gilly's probably done so far for Crick Buzz 10 days.
Yes.
10 days work for Crick Buzz. I've been with them for about 8 years. I'm on floor 11. That we couldn't do the podcasting because it's not big enough. Gilly gets a presidential suite. Not only that, on arrival on his bed, he gets this. Guild Church 18. Gilly, you got and also, you got this as well. You got a nice picture. You got a lovely picture of himself in the room, of himself in the lounge, I will add, of his presidential suite. Gilly, if you just show them the pillow that I received when I arrived.
Very personalised message.
Just a few days ago.
It's in your sort of English colours.
So that's what you get on floor 11.
For those of
you get your name on the presidential suite, 29th floor.
I think it comes under the winning IPL captain component.
Very good.
I don't think it's so much Crick Buzz or Club Prairie Fire. I think it's the ITC hotel that we are staying in here in Mumbai. Stayed here after a victorious game out here, and the late great Andrew Simons literally drank the bar dry down in the bar here.
And did you pay for that?
And
that's why you get this suite.
That's right. I paid for it, tidied up the bill, gave him a tip, and this is what I get forever more when I come back.
Nice pillow.
Makes perfect sense, lads. So good to have you both in the same room. I think that's fantastic. Let's just bring in Ollie very quick. It's our producer, Ollie. Now, during the week, Ollie, he put his hand up for selection for the English side with what was quite the Bazballian century. Real quick, tell us your runs, tell us your balls, because our special guest is waiting. So let's not keep him waiting too much longer.
Exactly right. Now, I will just say it was in homage to our special guest because our team is called Chinzaman ul Haq, named after Inzaman, and we wear the Pakistan green and have for 9 seasons. It was 109 not out of 53, and 60 of those were batted alone. It's last man stand, so you get no partner. So you have to run 2s or hit 4s and 6s. We lost. They chased it down. United Afghan in 11 overs. They chased down 180. So it was a tough day for Chinzaman.
You did.
I bowled 2 overs, none for 27, which was the most economical of the whole team, which was good. In 11.2, so that was all right. But speaking of the guest, we're going to get into him, and the guest here is brought to you. NordVPN, guys, they're back. So we're giving them their shout out early. Of course, you will remember what they do. They can do all sorts and hide your IP, so you can watch different sports at the location. They said the Cricket World Cup is on. We need to get back involved because everyone, we've got Prof in Sydney, we've got you boys in Mumbai, me in England. and they actually suggested what we're all watching. So for me, it's State of Origin. Can't get it in England. I'm
Friday
diving into
night.
my location. Gilly, they thought Carlton, keeping up with the AFL. And they follow Vaughany on social,
Essex.
and they've gone, he's
Joey
watching Love
Essex,
Island
he's
still, 'cause
causing
they're
a storm in the
social.
island of love. I mean,
What's he doing?
Well, he had I think she's called Samantha from Liverpool that he connected with, and then they've thrown in his ex-chick, and he's got rid of Samantha, and he's gone with his ex-chick straight into the sack as well. So Joey's on fine form.
They knew you'd be enjoying it, so they have done it. They've thrown in an exclusive NordVPN deal, nordvpn.com/CPF, and links in the description. You get a massive discount, 4 months free on top, and it's risk-free with 30 days. And thanks to them, we have, drum roll, Professor, please let us know the guest.
Yes. All right. Now, this is my little bit where I do my little intro. Here we go. Our very special guest tonight was a whiz with a bat and ball, playing 55 tests and 218 ODIs for Pakistan. But as great and as creative as he was at the crease, he is even better at creating a headline. A man who rarely plays off the back foot when discussing his country's cricket team, preferring to waltz down the pitch and hit opinions straight back over the bowler's head. A man whose banter over Twitter with our English skipper has provided many, many hours of content for this show. Please welcome Mohammad Hafeez.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks for the lovely intro. And I'm sorry, Gilly, I'm not in a presidential suite. I'm at the moment in a standard room in the hotel. So
Oh, that's tough. Jeez, I feel embarrassed now, mate. I feel maybe we can get something sorted after this.
you guys in India, I'm in Pakistan. So you can feel that.
Hey, Mo, just so you're working on the World Cup for TV. I remember, I don't know which, was it the last? Yeah, it was the last World Cup where there was a show called The Pavilion in Pakistan. It had Wasim Akram on there. I think Inzi might have done it. Yeah, it was lively. Are you on a similar kind of show in Pakistan for this World Cup?
I'm doing one of the transmission for the PTV Sport. It's called Game On Hai. We have Martin Guptill on it, Aaron Holland, along with Yunus Khan and Shoaib Akhtar. It's not kind of a pavilion, but obviously we do share a lot of some of the incidents which can bring a lot of laughter for the fans. Obviously we discuss mainly on the cricket, but it's kind of something. But obviously pavilion got a different one.
What about the dancing, wearing the sunglasses? That's what they do in the pavilion, mate. The big Wazzy.
That we have a one showstopper, Shoaib Akhtar. He will do that very soon.
Well, he's been known to walk off set occasionally on these sort of things, doesn't he? But he's sticking around, is he?
Yeah, he's still there.
Very good. Very good.
So what of the World Cup, Mo? I mean, what have you made of Pakistan? Clearly, I mean, the professor gave an outstanding intro about the Super 8s and why it's called the Super 8s. Well, Pakistan aren't in the Super 8s. What have you made of it?
Well, to be honest, it never happened just because it's supposed to happen. Because I believe the Pakistan cricket in the last couple of years is misjudged the evolution of the cricket, to be very honest, where the cricket has been going, where the international cricket, different teams adapted according to the different the new requirement of the game. In T20 format, I surely think like Pakistan was way behind and playing outdated cricket version. So I think now they realize it very honestly, like they think about it, like they have to change their way to approach towards the game, because it's been told by some of the people, like even if when I was a director for 2 months only, like I've been brought for a 4 years, but after 2 months the new management came in and they asked me that they want to have someone else. I said that's fine for Pakistan cricket. If you feel someone else can do a better job, I'm absolutely fine with it. But unfortunately, they couldn't understand. It's not about the management changes. It's about the mindset of the players. And somewhere, unfortunately, Pakistan cricket policymakers couldn't make the right policies for Pakistan cricket in the last many years. And that lead up into this debacle, I believe. It's not the one thing I can mention on.
Well, I want to call you professor. We've got two professors here, one resident here
But
already.
Trust me, the one you have earlier is the right one.
Yes.
He's the true professor.
Don't say that.
See, Ravi Ashwin came in thinking he was the professor.
No.
But we dealt with him. We got rid of him. But I noticed you, and I've got another question to follow up on Vaughany's topic there. But your other nickname, so that we don't have confusion, is it Chanda?
Yeah, that is
that
my
right?
nickname given to me. My family called me Chanda.
And that means moon, I believe.
Yeah, it is absolutely.
What is that? What's but you and the moon? What have you got in common?
No, it's just a way of call to a kid. Like when I was a kid, my mom used to call me Chanda. Then all the family members started calling me Chanda. So it's just a way to call someone. It's
Yeah.
nothing. Yeah.
In Australian culture, if you show your moon, that means you pull your pants down and show your ass. I suspect you weren't doing that.
That's the reason we live in a different territory.
That's excellent. That's right. That's right. We respect each other's own cultures, mate. Just on the back of that, you mentioned you had 2 months in charge, and that was down in Australia. And Vaughany and I saw you most days of that Test series, and from our outlook, it looked like you were running a really a tight ship, a cohesive ship. You challenged Australia, could well have won a Test, if not two. What was the reasoning when the new management came in and said, "Sorry, mate, you're out"?
Well, trust me, I also couldn't understand, because if you look at the performances of the team in the last Australia tour, I mean, by comparison, we were far better at this time, because the players were ready. Obviously, it's an unfamiliar condition to the many players. It's something lead up to, but I will talk on a later. On that tour, obviously, that I felt like the boys were ready. They were looking for the challenge, but unfortunately, we couldn't win two of the games. I believe the Melbourne Test we should have won, because we only dropped too many catches at the very crucial stages of the game, so we couldn't get that win. Then even in Sydney, it hurts me the most, because that pitch belongs to Pakistan cricket, because the way it was turning, it used like it reminds me the days of Dubai Cricket Stadium when we used to play in Dubai. But we couldn't win that too. So when I came back to Pakistan, obviously my contract was to deal with the Pakistan team for 4 years. That's what been given by the management. But because the management got changed because of the political changes in Pakistan, and this is very unfortunate happening in Pakistan in the last many years. Whenever political setup change, they bring their own chairmanship and they want their own like-minded people around them.
Yep.
So when I been joined Pakistan cricket team, obviously I discussed that matter with them, with the management, with the higher policy maker. They asked me to take this role for 4 years, which is obviously given me that much understanding, like I can bring a change in Pakistan cricket in a right possible way. But after 2 months after that tour, obviously no one noticed that how good Pakistan team was on that tour. They just wanted to sack me for no reason. So it's very unfortunate, but it happened. And you guys, if you guys are saying like Pakistan team was very close to win couple of games.
I mean, I noticed in Australia, you had the boys running around the outfields a lot. You were working on the fitness. And I've seen a quote from Gary Kirsten, basically saying Pakistan are not fit enough, just physically fit enough to play high-level cricket. How do you change that? I know you were trying to change it, but you only had a few months in the job, and then you get the tic-tac. How, in the long term, can you put that culture into Pakistan cricket? That fitness is absolutely crucial at the highest level.
And do you think Gary Kirsten will be able to do it? Will he survive?
Well, to be very honest, it was a culture before when we used to play. Like I only left this dressing room two years back. I retired into 2021. By the last time I played World Cup, I hit all the boxes of the fitness with my fat level, with my yo-yo test, with my 2 kilometer run through test, everything. If I can do that at the age of 41, there's no excuse for anyone like they can't do it. But as I joined now, I noticed the fitness level, the running ability, the fat level of the players gone high, and the running ability got down. I spoke to the trainer, like, what happened to these guys? Why these guys are not being able to go through with the tests? And he revealed a very shocking fact to me. He said the last management, which obviously run by Mickey Arthur, Grant Bradburn, and obviously the captain Babar Azam that time, they basically asked him not to just to skip the fitness measures and just let the players play the way they wanted to till World Cup. And I was like, why you didn't resign straight away? If you feel like someone is asking you not to do your job, why you did not just say that this is not the way to deal with the international cricketers? So he said, I can't do anything, because at that time, whatever management said to me, I followed their directions. And when I noticed that, I said to guys, listen, whatever happened in the past has happened. Now we need to look into our fitness very well, because if we will stay within this fitness level, We cannot compete at international level. That's the reason, if you must have noticed, in the Test cricket, fourth innings was the most difficult innings for Pakistan team on that tour. We were not chasing the runs. We were not fighting enough. Our body seemed like fatigue because the fitness level was not up to the mark. So most of the guys were missing that fitness level, and obviously I wanted them to realize, like, this is the most important part of your career. You need to tick all the boxes regarding your fitness. You cannot compromise on that. But very unfortunately, there were some of the things, Pakistan media never wanted me to be a part of it. Somewhere I felt like they went against me. I don't know for what reason, because I was trying to put the right discipline into the team. And you tell me, Gilly, if a player is sleeping in a room, in a dressing room, and we playing a Test cricket, if 4 or 5 players are sleeping in a dressing room, should I allow that as a team director?
Well, are they tired?
I really don't know. Just went in a dressing room, and I found 4 or 5 players are sleeping in the dressing room while playing a Test cricket. And I was like, how come you guys can do that? If you do something like this, you cannot be a part of this team, because I want you guys to stay focused during the game, and then off the game, whatever you guys do, this is your own life. I never get involved into it. But in the professional timings of the game, I want you guys to focus all the time towards the game. Stay in touch with the, like, if you, even though as a fast bowler, if you are a fast bowler, you can have a rest, you can have a good ice bath, but you need to concentrate towards the game of cricket, that how the other team is also playing. You cannot just switch off yourself during the game. But unfortunately, this thing, media didn't like it. They said, how come, why I said my players not to sleep in the dressing room. And I was like, I played my whole cricket this way. I never wanted anyone to go away from the discipline of the game. So if anyone is sleeping, like, the right professional on my right side, if he's sleeping during
A
this
better
podcast, what it
Absolutely.
will
It would be a much better podcast if he fell asleep. No, I like that. The yo-yo, the yo-yo test and the 2K time trial,
so
and
these were unfortunately things happened to me,
yeah,
because I was trying to set the right standards to represent Pakistan team when it comes to discipline, when it comes to fitness, mindset. I was trying to make them understand. I'm not saying that I was pushing so hard, but I was trying to make them understand, like, this is the way you need to follow to play international cricket.
No, so what you said, so Gary Kirsten's come out and said that they all have to be fitted. Do you think he'll survive? Because you didn't survive and you were just asking for professionalism.
Yeah, I really feel sorry for that, with that statement. That is the statement coming out from Gary. But to be honest, this is the right way to move on, because if me, Gary is saying the same thing, we need to understand we cannot just wave off this fitness level from the international cricket. And I think Gary mentioned in a way which obviously are the honest words from him, if he mentioned that, because at the moment there's some statement circulating like he never said these kind of things. I don't know.
no, Ollie, I'm just interested. Yo-yo tests and 2K time trials. The Chinzaman Haq 11. How do they stack up in that fitness regime?
Similar to Inzamam's. That's what we based it off.
I wanted to ask, obviously, a few upsets in this current World Cup, none bigger than the USA beating Pakistan. So almost a two-part question. What's the reaction been like in Pakistan to that? But also, if you were in charge, would that have ever happened?
I don't know. Maybe I couldn't change that, because the mindset of the play, because it's all about the plays. Whoever is the management, what they can do, they can provide the best possible facilitation. They can provide the best possible preparation time to the players, and then obviously the players has to go inside and perform. So I don't know. It could be changed if I'm there. I'm sure Gary must have tried his level best. But obviously it was hurting as an ex-cricketer of Pakistan, because Pakistan team has a talent. There's no doubt about it. But collectively, we are not playing as a team. Collectively, we are not meeting those international standards where they have gone already, because we are somewhere playing outdated cricket, and that's unfortunately thing to move forward. Because if we do this kind of, if we start, like, if we never change ourselves, we never compete. I will never win high against the highest team like England, Australia, even India nowadays is doing very well. So I personally believe Pakistan is at the moment behind the international level, which needs to be addressed rightly.
Last one on this sort of topic, and we're getting a bit serious, aren't we, for this podcast? But What would your advice be to Jason Gillespie, who's taking on the red ball format as national coach for Pakistan?
Would it be just to play baseball, Mo?
not not really baseball all the time, but I think Jason is a very good person. He understands the game of cricket very well. He himself was one of the very great bowler produced by Australia. So I have no doubt like these guys along with Gary Kirsten will bring a right changes in Pakistan team. And even though whoever was taking this role, he has to take the Pakistan team to the different level, at the highest level, where the talent has to be there. Unfortunately, by mindset of the team, we are behind the international cricket, which coming from like which I can honestly say that. But let's see. I hope all the best. I wish all the best to Jason Gillespie and Gary Kirsten to take the Pakistan team to that level where we all think Pakistan team should be. So I think Jason should come in, should see what the culture at the moment in Pakistan cricket, because these two guys never been a part of Pakistan team. So they need to understand the culture first, and then straight away, whatever the right basics and the ingredients required to meet at that level, we need to address those things rightly. And we should not be dishonest with ourselves. If that is the standard has to be there, we have to allow everyone to take that action.
Mo, just the last one on the serious stuff. The captain, Babar Azam, should he stay?
I think this is unfortunate. One of the bad steps taken by most of the management in Pakistan. Whenever the bad results come out from the ICC event, they used to blame everything to the captain. I was one of those in 2014. I was a captain of Pakistan team on that ICC World T20. After the bad performances, obviously we couldn't qualify to the semi-final, and they forgot what I did earlier. Like I was the most successful captain that time, but they never thought like what process I brought into straight away after that failure of the World Cup, because in the World Cup only one team win and rest of the team lose. But what they did most of the time, the management blames everything to the captain, and this is what I feel we should not do that. If Babar is the right person, taken decision like the decision taken by the new management, I think they should stick with it. If they feel he's the right man, and if they feel now after 2 months again, after 3 months again, like he's not a right man, then why you take that decision earlier? So I think this is not the right way to move forward. The policy needs to be addressed. Pakistan cricket at the moment is missing some of the right policies at the domestic level, at international level, and providing the best possible facilities to the players to enhance their skills. I think these are the policies need to be fixed rather than you know making someone a scapegoat.
Yeah, good point.
Okay, now that's plenty of serious stuff. I wanted to steer us more towards some fun stuff, if everybody's okay with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, all good. Now, I on behalf of the cricketing public, I just wanted to thank you, Mohammad, and you, Michael Vaughan, for entertaining us. Twitter. Many battles going on over months. I'm assuming you guys had texted each other before you did it. Hey, let's get them going again. Can I tell you, I mean, I've got a couple of personal favourites. One was off the back, Mohammad, of your comments on Virat Kohli. Michael Vaughan, you came back and you said, come on, Mohammad Hafeez, India have hammered 8 teams playing great cricket. Virat Kohli now playing 49 tons, and his last was an anchor roll innings on a tricky pitch. His team won over 200. This is utter nonsense. Lovely to see you guys going back and forth. That just led to my absolute favourite, which was when India defeated Pakistan, and Vaughany, all you said was, morning, Mohammad, have a great day. Which was
it was Vaughany who started it. It wasn't me. It was Vaughany who started it.
Hey, come on,
Because
Mo.
very
I think
honestly,
around the time.
you go first. You go first because you started it earlier.
Yeah, I'm sure you alluded to Virat being selfish as a player.
I think I was right that time. If you see the whole context, to me, no matter whoever is playing, your intention, your way of playing is always towards to win the game, for sure. But if someone is stopping himself not to play big shot in 90s, I will never take it. After 95, if someone is taking 5 balls to get to his 100 and not thinking that if maybe those 3 or 4 balls, if I can hit the stage, if my intention gets changed after scoring 100, why I cannot play the same shot and when I was on 95? when I was on 92. Because to me, your intent should always remain the same, to do whatever best possible way you can add that value into your team winning position. So I felt in that game, Virat took a lot of balls to get to his 100, and he was not playing big shots. And I'm very, very clearly, if you go through with his century once again, maybe you will realize what I was saying. Because to me, personal milestones should go away from the cricket. Your 50, your 100, your 5 wickets, we don't want, as a fan of cricket, we don't want to watch these kind of 50s and 100s if that is not on a winning cause. Because in the game of cricket, even a one run matters the most.
What was the feedback from Indian supporters like, Mo?
I really don't care about it.
Hey, I just saw a little thumbs up emoji appear on your screen. Who did that?
No, that's
basically
when,
me who did that.
Yeah.
iPhone.
If you hold your thumb up,
It's not me.
it shows up.
That was just in memory of Rusty talking about Haris Rauf and maybe using his thumb on the ball in that USA game.
That got a bit of social media response, direct message to me from last week's pod.
I don't know what you guys think about it. Gilly, if you can answer this one, do you think the guy should take more balls to get his own century or something?
I think you're asking the wrong bloke, mate. I slogged from ball one, whether I was on 0 or 99.
Yeah, Gilly, he's selfish.
This is the way to play international cricket. This is the way to represent your country, to give you 100% shot, whatever best possible way you can. But if someone can play the same shot after scoring a century and cannot play the same shot at 90s and 91 and 93, it doesn't give me the right understanding, to be honest, as a fan of cricket.
No, I
must have done that. I must have done that in my career. I'm not saying I'm also one of the players developed by the same way. Unfortunately, if that is the case, the modern day of cricket does not require that. Your milestone will not be cherished that much as we cherish the victory of a team.
You should apply. I mean, I'm heavily linked with the Indian job as well, Mo. There's a few others mentioned.
I can see that. I can see that.
Absolutely. I think we all can. Yeah.
It still hasn't been fulfilled yet, has it? I mean, there's talk that Gautam Gambhir's got it, and he's handpicking. That was the prerequisite, I believe. He said, "I need to handpick my own support staff."
Your accommodation will be cheaper than other candidates as well, Vaughany, which is
nice. I'll be down the bottom end of the hotel, near the buffet. Mo, you could apply yourself.
I applied. Sorry.
You could apply yourself for that role?
Regarding
Virat hitting it in the 90s.
To be very honest, I must have done that in my career too. I'm not taking myself away from that. But the new modern day of cricket does not require that. Your milestone went away. If you're taking the first ball, are you on a 99? You need to play according to the situation of the game, how you can win the game for the country. Because I have noticed in that game, if you just remember, in that particular tournament, K. Rahul played an absolutely fantastic shot towards over extra cover and finished the game off. And he was not happy that India won the game. He was unhappy because he couldn't get that chance to get his own 100. So to me, this is selfish approach. And then the same thing happened for the India when Virat Kohli did the same thing. He was more into his 100 rather than adding more value to the team. I know at the end they won more than 200 runs. It doesn't give me any difference if your own way of approaching towards the game of cricket is not right. If you think that your milestone is bigger than the team victory, I'm sorry, I will never take it.
Is this the approach that you have? What's it called? Chinzaman?
You
saw the scorecard. I hit the final ball for 6 to get to the 100 because in last man stand. Thank you.
That's nothing challenging there. It's the last ball, so you're going to slog it anyway
and there were
get
3
to the 100 as well. So,
and I wasn't going to run any 2s, so there was no chance of knocking off anything.
Now it is a time when the T20 World Cup is on, so perhaps I can find a way to segue from our chat about Virat and India into these upcoming matches. Do you think I can angle us that way, guys? Everybody okay with that?
Yeah.
you
Please,
can,
because at the moment it's only me who's saying something on this note, because the rest of my two fellows is not doing anything.
No, but I don't know if you've been on the
I
podcast
know about
before, Mo,
Vaughany.
but that's generally
I
the
know Vaughany
case when
why
you
he's
have a
not doing
guest.
it.
No, you're right. They dodged the hard question. I noticed that as well, mate. They dodged the hard question. I saw.
Yeah.
Prof, a good segue, Prof, is obviously Virat's not being selfish with runs at the moment because he's got none. Yeah.
I tell you what, he's not bloody Robinson Crusoe there. Some of those decks
No.
are pretty dodgy over there in the States.
Yes. So, well, let's look at our two groups if we can.
Right.
I mean, so obviously the group stages are over. Those 20 teams, they've been now whittled down to 8. Let's look at Group 1 first of all, which I think we can all agree is the group of death. Vaughany, would you agree?
Hang on, which one's Group 1?
Which is one? Spin
Group
City.
1 is India,
That's
Australia,
Spin City.
Afghanistan, Bangladesh.
So that's Spin City, yeah?
That is Spin City, but also would you agree that it's slightly advanced of USA, England, West Indies, South Africa?
No.
No.
Nah,
No.
I also say
Fantastic.
no.
Anyway, so let's have
Good point, Prof.
obviously, let's have a look at the fixtures that are coming up. First of all, you have America taking on South Africa. This takes place in Antigua, the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium. South Africa, they've come in hot. They've won 4 from 4. The USA, unlikely members of this Super 8. USA, they defeated Pakistan, as we said, Mo, and Canada. Is there any hope for the USA in this opening match?
No.
Okay, terrific. Second match is England.
No, I say yes.
Really, Gilly? How do you feel like it?
I'm not.
Come on, Gilly.
Now, Mohammad Hafeez, as Vaughany pointed out, when you're the guest on the podcast, you don't get the chance to ask questions. No, that's not true. That's not true. We're an open family here. Oh, look, I just think, South Africa, they've looked vulnerable in 3 of their 4 games.
Yeah, but they've played on cesspits.
Yeah, true. But I just think there's always a little vulnerability about South Africa in World Cups, isn't there?
Okay.
And that's historical. It's generation after generation. So I'm not. I still think they will win, but I'm saying that USA
I just think
have
the
a very
Shamsi,
decent chance.
If South Africa pick the 2 spinners, Maharaj and Shamsi and Antigua, it's been spinning. Rashid's been spinning it square. So I think those 2 could play quite a big part. But Jonesy might have a say. Our man Aaron Jones.
Oh, man, Jonah.
He'll be coming out swinging.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mohammed, do you give USA any hope?
No, not to be honest. I'm happy the way US progressed in this tournament. They played better cricket, that's for sure. But I think you asking too much from them if they compete with the highest, because they are not a world beater yet. Yes, they made a very right progress towards the Super 8, but at the moment, if you're asking them to beat South Africa or West Indies or something, you're asking too much from them. So I personally feel South Africa is the better side and they should win.
I guess the one point to that is the fact that USA, you're right, a burgeoning nation in cricket terms.
Yeah.
A minnow is a term that we use often. I guess the comfort for them is that they are in that Super 8 group of 4 teams where there is another minnow in there, so they'll feel a bit more relaxed. South Africa and the West Indies have won a lot of games of cricket, but the other 2 teams in there are both minnows, so they'll feel more settled.
Yeah, let's see.
Well, on those minnows, Gilly, or some people call them the defending champions. There's 2 ways to look at it.
Yeah, you can go either way if you want.
Yeah. I mean, it's very similar. England, they take on West Indies on Wednesday night, 8:30 p.m., which they're in St. Lucia, which I hear that time of night there's a few beach bars that are opening up.
Good town.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how connected the England team will be, or whether they'll have one eye on the nightlife. Anyway,
good town. Hey, Mo, what was your favourite destination in the Caribbean on tour, mate?
Well, obviously, if you talk about the beach, I will go to Barbados and St. Lucia.
Yep.
And then St. Lucia.
Yeah.
These 2
England have done their research and have got obviously Kieran Pollard to give them some expertise about the Caribbean island. But there's no one better that knows St. Lucia than Freddie Flintoff, and he's assistant coach.
Yeah.
Is Kohli still swimming behind the team boat?
No, Collie's at home with a dog. He's got a new dog.
That's right.
Now, West Indies, they pumped Afghanistan by 104 in that last game, which We think there's smokies for the title, don't we, Vaughany?
Well, I'll go as far as saying whoever wins that USA South Africa, I'm going South Africa. Whoever wins between England and the West Indies in St. Lucia, I think will be in the semi-finals.
Yeah,
and they'll be on a huge roll. And I think whoever wins that game may take some stopping. But I will say the two semi-finals, Guyana, Trinidad. I don't know if you noticed the pitch in Trinidad the other night. It was Papua New Guinea versus New Zealand, where Lockie Ferguson bowled 4 overs. He got 3 wickets, no runs. That pitch is a shithole.
Unfortunately, the infrastructure development is not been looked after that much. The pitches are very much the same. If you move around, only Saint Lucia can offer you a kind of a batting track. But if you move around anywhere, you go to Barbados, uneven bounce is always there. If you go to Guyana, they even though laid out all the pitches, but still it's not the best of the pitch you play on. With the same time, if you move around Saint Vincent and anywhere you go, you get a very difficult pitch to bat on. To be honest, as a batsman, you need to have a skills to tackle the spin and the fast ball uneven bounce on those tracks. So I think this will remain the same. It's not going to change that much in Caribbean.
Vaughany, Gilly, who are you going there?
Gee.
The West Indians look powerful. I mean, Pooran, Rutherford. I mean, my word, King.
I think the West Indies for that one, for me.
Yeah, I have to. England have got something going, but let's be honest, if only beat Oman and Namibia. They played Australia and got dismantled. But I do think they stumbled across a better 11.
So just look right in the camera there. Look at our colleagues here and look in the camera. And who's going to win the game between England and the West Indies, Vaughany?
I think the West Indies are going to win. I think the West Indies are going to win.
There's our socials.
Clip that one up, Ol.
I think they are.
Then we've got on Thursday afternoon at Kensington Oval in Barbados, we've got India taking on Afghanistan.
Mm-hmm.
India, they're pretty hot. They won 3 out of 3. Yeah.
India.
Last match against Afghanistan. Yeah, India.
Well, I just looked at the way Afghanistan played against the West Indies. You know, you get into that Premier League standard level now in the Super 8s. I just think India are going to be far too strong for them.
India for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
India.
Well, then can India go all the way? Mohammad, can they win this thing?
It's a challenge, to be honest, because India, like, we can tag them with all the big names, to be honest. Like, they are the giants, they are the global force and everything, but they never won any ICC event in the last 10 years.
I agree.
Yeah, they are underperforming ICC events. So this could be one of the challenge they must be playing for as a team, because last time they were very close to win it. But I think somewhere they couldn't cross that line. So I think this time they must be playing with the challenge to do it for the right reason. And you know, to prove yourself as the best team, you need to win ICC events. You could be a great individuals.
Yeah, just like England, Mo, yeah?
If you don't win ICC events, you should not be tagged that much. But unfortunately, not unfortunately, but I think for the right reason, for some of the people, they tag India higher than their level, I believe.
Higher than their results or their achievements. So look, I think they can win it. I think it's T20 cricket, isn't it?
Yeah, they can, along with Australia. Australia is also tagged one of the favorite of this tournament. England is also defending champion. But people talk more about India. I don't know the reason. I don't want to say that, but I think personally they are underperforming ICC events.
I think the reason is that you get a lot of clicks on social media by doing so. So that's one of the reasons that we talk about it a lot.
That's spot on.
Hey, Chanda, I'm going back to Chanda for this one. Going back to the nickname. Just talking about, you know, India and their T20 cricket, and it reminded the fact that in my very first ever IPL match, I think from memory you might have caught me.
Yeah, I think
you were only about 10 years of age at the time, but I'm that much older than you. I don't know how we were playing against each other, but you were with the Kolkata Knight Riders, weren't you? And
I was with the Calcutta Knight Riders. You was playing for Hyderabad, I believe.
Yeah, Deccan Chargers, who are deceased. Actually, they no longer exist.
Champions, though.
But the other thing about that game, talking about dung heaps and shithole cricket pitches, and it's not questioning your skill, but I reckon you got 1 for 8 or 4 overs.
Yeah, something was that 4 overs, 8 runs, 1 wicket. You are absolutely right.
Yeah. Do you is that a frustration reflecting on your career? Look, we all know the political situation between the two countries and the frustrations of not being able to play each other much. But that 1 year, you guys were all in the IPL. Your taste of the IPL and what you've seen unfold, is that a frustration that you weren't able to be allowed back in there again?
Well, to be honest, it's not the frustration. I know the political, unfortunate instability, bringing everything that game into where it should not be. Because I believe Pakistan-India game is not only played by the two countries, it basically attracts a lot of fans around the world, which is being stopped by not playing bilateral series. So you basically, like whoever is the decision maker, the politicians or whoever, they are not considering that fact. Like, if Pakistan and India plays together, it attracts a lot of audience into this game. Unfortunately, it's not happening. And the IPL seasons, obviously, we played the first season, and then after Pakistan never been invited there, Pakistani players never been invited. We are okay with that, but I think it should not happen. I personally feel before to get into IPL, to get Pakistani players into IPL, I think the bilateral series between India and Pakistan, to me, is the biggest achievement it should be.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Yep.
Is India versus Pakistan the biggest rivalry in international sport, Mohammad?
It is. I think it is. From my side, from where I live in, because of the media engagement, because of the fan engagement into it, I'm not taking things other rivalry away from that. I know the Ashes is also one of the greatest rivalry we always watch as a fan of cricket. But India-Pakistan games and bilateral series is basically engage a lot of attention of the fans, obviously the media rights and everything. So I think if you go that way, Pakistan-India rivalry is bigger than anything else. This is my way of understanding.
Yeah, closely followed by Sheffield Wednesday versus Sheffield United.
And then Cluj versus the other.
Well, no, it's actually a good time to ask you, Gilly and Vaughany. I mean, obviously, England versus Australia, for us Aussies, we kind of think that's the biggest one. Do you think the England-Australian rivalry is bigger than the Indian-Pakistani rivalry?
No.
No, it was a strong, fierce rivalry until the term moral victory came into it, and now it's laughable. It might as well be struck off the scheduling.
Well, can we just give the Aussies some credit for spirit of cricket? Because we could have thrown that match against Scotland.
You tried. You dropped every chance.
Yeah.
About to say.
I mean,
we didn't, though. We still won.
Make it a bit more obvious. Best fielding team in the world dropping 6 catches. Oh, hello.
Spirit of cricket alive and well. And while we are talking of the Aussies, let's just finish with their game against the Bangladeshis. That is the first game. That's in Antigua. So Vivian Richards. Fantastic. Vaughany for cutting me off there. And that's the end of that one.
I thought I'd cut a minute out of the show because, save you a bit of time.
Perfect. Mohammad, can Bangladesh do it? Do they have any hope against the Aussies?
It depends on the pitch they are playing. If the pitch is grafty, if the pitch is obviously more towards the spin friendly, spin conducive, they can challenge any team, Bangladesh, because they're playing well. They got that spin attack very well. The fast bowling is doing well. Obviously, the batting will be the challenge to bat on that track too. They can challenge any team if the pitch will be produced accordingly. Can be in their favor.
Let me give you this stat, Gilly. Only 3 months ago, we played Bangladesh and we lost 4-1 in a T20 series.
Who was playing?
I think, Gilly, did you play in that one 3 months ago? Did they get you in? I think Shane Lee played.
Ronald McDonald.
I think Richard Cheekwee.
What a singer he is, by the way.
6 and out were there, were they?
Great singer.
Did you say 3 months ago? Was there?
Yeah.
Where was that?
in Mirpur, Mirpur.
Sorry, Prof. It was
Last
3
year,
months
wasn't
before the 2021 T20 World Cup.
Apologies. Doesn't matter. Happened a few years ago. What year was this article? Sorry, Mohammed, stand by.
You wrote in the rundown in 2021 World Cup they rolled them 3 months before they won 4-1.
Oh, I did. I mean,
you wrote it.
Boys, I've even got that written in here. Apologies.
If you look, I gather you were trying to say that to build up Bangladesh's chances. In actual fact, Bangladesh's preparation for this World Cup, they got rolled by the USA. So I'm sticking with Australia on this one.
Okay.
I also feel Australia is a better team to compete at any given conditions. But Bangladesh, the way they're playing at the moment with the right bowling attack, they can challenge if the pitch can favor them a bit. That's what I'm saying. The conditions can favor them.
And that you're spot on in that group. And Prof, you mentioned it's Spin City plus Australia. That'll be the handbrake for Australia if all the conditions are spin friendly. You've got Afghanistan, Bangladesh, and India, all with very, very competent, successful spinners. Australia have got a world-class spinner in their own right in Adam Zampa. He is absolute top draw. So
the Aussies, they play Afghanistan in St. Vincent. That is a tremendous island.
Oh, yeah.
I got very drunk there in 2007. Tremendous place. Game, Nepal versus Bangladesh, I think it was the Fizz and Tamsin. Their figures together were 8 overs, 7 for 14. So it's obviously a little bit of a spicy deck and it suits the seam bowlers. So I think Australia might do a job on Afghanistan in St. Vincent and they'll get stuck into the local run, which is absolutely delightful.
St. Vincent's the island where I flew into in 2007. I was late to the World Cup because of the birth of our third child. And that's where I was a bit emotional about leaving my wife and newborn child. So to help
for a minute or
to help settle that emotion, I had a few beers and a cigar down on the beach in St. Vincent. And after the third night in a row of doing that, John Buchanan asked me if I'd settle down a little bit and focus on the cricket, and that's when I begged him for one more night, and he gave me one more night out, which was nice. That's good management.
4 on the trot, that's good. 4 for.
Now we've spent a lot of Mohammed's time speaking a lot of cricket. Now, Mohammed, we on this show prior to the World Cup, we picked 3 things. One, we picked our finalists, we picked our top run scorer, and we picked our top wicket taker. So I thought we could ask you very quickly.
Well, it's really tough to predict because the teams are playing well. I think Australia should make a final.
Unfortunately.
And then I would go with India or West Indies.
I think that's solid.
And overall winner?
One into it. So Australia surely should be in the final. I think so. And then I think anyone from West Indies, India should make it.
And who will win it, Mohammed?
Tough choice.
England?
I think Australia.
Australia.
Yes, mate. Yes.
Okay.
India is always underperform as they get to the knockout stage in ICC events in the last 10 years. I'm not saying they can't do it.
Do you think Mo? Do you think they get scared of those big semi-finals, finals, or do you just think it's just on the day?
Something is stopping them because sometimes I notice some of the team have to break that barrier, which obviously India is facing at the moment. In any knockout stage of ICC event, they feel like they are underperform and they are not collectively doing the right things for the team. This is my observation.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Good observation.
Who will score the most runs and who will get the most wickets? Do you want to give us those real quick, Mohammed?
It's really tough one. Obviously, if Australia will win, Zampa will do the best for the team. I think he should be the top wicket taker if they win this tournament. If you go about the top run getter, it's really tough because at the moment everyone is just struggling on these tracks. So it's really tough for me to say about one or two particular person that they could be. I don't know what Gilly said. What Gilly, your options are?
Gilly actually went with a good bowler.
My
actually.
bowling
Very good bowler.
at the start of the tournament, I said my leading wicket taker. I confidently went with a left arm wrist spinner. He hasn't actually played a game yet. They haven't even picked him.
I said, That is the reason he's not playing.
If he gets 5 in every match from here, he'll probably still come second.
He might come into his own in this Super 8. So I did say that these selections should only start now because up to this tournament, up to this point in the tournament, like 3 for none off 4 overs against one of the lesser nations. You shouldn't be counting that. But no, I think
Papua New Guinea are very good.
I think Nicky Pooran might be the leading run getter from here on in. Those West Indian boys will know and play their own conditions quite well.
He's played for Yorkshire.
Played for Yorkshire. County.
Pooran, yeah.
What about you, Chanda? What county cricket? Remind me, in England. Have you played?
Same as you.
County, I never played county cricket. I only played a T20 blast for Middlesex.
The Middlesex. Oh, the Middlesex Panthers.
Because I was playing 3 formats of the game for the team, so I never get a chance to available myself for the 4 months time of the county. So I couldn't get that much deal to just. I would love to that time, but now obviously the day's gone. But I couldn't available myself for the whole county season.
Right. Any success? Any club cricket up north or anywhere like that in England?
I played my initial cricket like when I was obviously in a very learning phase of my career. I went to play Bradford League.
Bradford.
Then
Who did you play for, Mo?
Idle.
Idle, yes. So you'd have played midweek cricket, wouldn't you? You'd have played the 16 8-ball over games on a Tuesday night.
No, I couldn't play this kind of cricket. I think you're talking about too long way back.
Yeah. I was just checking.
8-ball over.
Yeah, 16 8-ball overs on a Tuesday. No, I was just seeing if you got 100 on a Tuesday. That's
league cricket just to develop myself as a player, to understand that to play, to groom in a different condition. Yeah. Most of the time, I couldn't be available for the England season because I used to give myself best time to train accordingly in the summertime of Pakistan, where I wanted myself to give a more working on my fitness, on my skills, whatever way I can polish my.
Yeah, and the other problem with playing English a season of cricket in England is you actually got to be in England to do it. So that's always a bit of a negative to that part of it.
Well done. All right, gents, unless anybody else has anything for Mohammad, I might steer us towards the quiz.
Yeah,
let's have a quiz.
Yeah.
Well, I want one question from Gilly and Vaughany, if you guys will allow me.
Yes,
of course.
Yeah.
Vaughany, to be honest, as a fan of cricket, because this game given us a lot of respect, and whatever we wanted to, we played with the best possible way as a fan of cricket. So it really shocked me the statement given by Joss Butler. As coming out of the IPL season and representing his own country as a captain, he given a statement like there should not be any international cricket clashing with IPL. What your statement? How you will take this statement? And Giri, you also please, if you both can say something on it.
I actually agree with him. I think that IPL juggernaut now has become, it's so big.
So will that remain with all the other international leagues around the world also? Should not be any international cricket?
I just think the IPL now has become so powerful and so big.
So why you think only the IPL should get that thing?
I think it's a good question, but I just think it's because the players get so well rewarded for going there.
So the national pride will go away. So to represent your country, the national pride should go away on the basis of you earning more bucks?
Well, it's just the nature of the beast in 2024. I'm afraid it's the modern way. It's the modern thinking. Whether it's absolutely morally right is a very good question, but I just think the IPL is such a big juggernaut now that it's very, very hard for these international boards to compete with it. So the safest way is to actually allow your players to go and play in it. And I know the Pakistan Super League is going to compete with it next year, which will be interesting. It'll affect the English summer more than any other country because there'll be so many players from England playing in the IPL and the PSL that the county schedule from April and May next year, there'll be a lot of players missing, which will be a great shame for the county game.
Okay. And Giddy, what do you think about it?
Yeah, I think that's what's going to get compromised is domestic cricket within the more established cricketing nations. So your Sheffield Shield final, for instance, overlaps with the IPL. So players have to make a choice. I think most of the cricketing nations, if they can help it, won't schedule anything on with the IPL. It really, your point's a valid point, Mo. And I remember years, and this has been a question that's been asked for more than a decade as the IPL grew as a commercial beast. And the commercial side of it is something that you just cannot turn away from now. And I don't just mean individual players. It's administrative boards around the world having to make big decisions about what they can do to be part of the big dance rather than alienating themselves and being cut off from it. And that big dance being India in a bilateral series, being India in the IPL or whatever it may be, that is the reality. So it's trying to find a balance.
So will you go with the same way of thinking if that statement will come out from Pat Cummins?
If he says
the same thing what Josh Butler said as a captain, like there should not be any international commitment during the IPL season, will you take the same way?
No,
if he says this way,
I'm pretty sure, and I'll stand corrected, but if there is a clash of an Australian cricket game, like Australia versus Pakistan during the IPL, I'm pretty sure that the Australian players are obliged to play. I think they have to play for Australia if they've signed. Mitchell Stark has been generally more your line of thinking, saying, I'm not playing IPL, mainly because he wants to stay fresh to play for Australia.
Gilly, sorry, like you guys said what you wanted, but my understanding is always, to me, that was a shocking statement from one of the like captain of England.
Yeah.
Because to me, representing your country is the biggest pride you play for. So if you're compromising and saying that the national pride should not be there during that IPL contract, I think it's not right.
Mo, when I was playing and right up until when I retired, I completely concurred with what you're saying. I couldn't fathom not going and representing my country if I was selected. So then, and that's indeed what Josh and those guys did do. They did go and fulfil their commitment to England cricket, but it's the statement and the concept that you're concerned about, and it's a fair concern. I was more your line of thinking while I was playing, but I do think the landscape has changed, and we as former players and former generations need to understand that the landscape is going to evolve in that space. There's no right or wrong answer. That the reality is the commercial beast is there, and everyone wants to be on as part of that ride rather than falling off it.
Okay, interesting.
Now, did you have one other one?
I'm done with my question. Thank you.
You can actually come on again.
Yeah.
You can actually replace the old professor.
Yeah.
You can be the new
Thanks,
professor.
guys. Good to see you.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Righto, quiz time.
All right, very good. So, Mohammad, I don't know how much you've seen of the show. Generally speaking, our quiz master, Ollie, he writes a quiz, and the guest is the topic. You take on our two former cricketing legends. I do the scoring very poorly, and we see who wins. You're all up for that?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go, Ollie.
Perfect. Yes, lovely. Okay, so yeah, we normally do the week in cricket, but because we have a special guest, it's all about you and the two in Mumbai and your stats over time. And I had some fun with this one. So let's get into it. Number one, what is higher? The amount of sixes hit by Mo in domestic T20 cricket, the amount of runs scored by Gilly in T20 internationals, or Vaughany's T20, so that's international and domestic, strike rates combined. So, Mo's domestic T20 sixes.
So you've hit a lot of sixes, Mojo. I'm going to go with Mo.
Yeah, same here. Same. So that's including like the Caribbean League, all the various leagues.
Not international.
Mo used to hit a big ball. Yeah, I'm going Mo. What do you reckon, Mo?
I don't know. To be honest, I think Gilly should lead on it.
Gilly.
Going Gilly.
Okay. we have
T20 international runs was for me, wasn't it?
It was.
Many. It's not many.
We have Vaughany's T20 strike rates combined of 235.04.
Yeah, that's good. Strong in that era.
Yeah, very good. 112 and 122. We then have 252 sixes domestic cricket for T20s for Mo. So it's 272 runs in T20 nationals. So just Gilly. So point for
so you're
Mo
winning, Mo.
there.
1-0.
1-0. Number 2. Who has more List A runs, Gilly or Mo?
Hey, what does that mean? Playing for New South Wales and
That's like
I think Giddy.
domestic one days and things
I'm
like
gonna
that.
I'm gonna go Mo because I think Mo. He just scored a lot of runs in Pakistan.
Yeah,
So,
same. I'm going with our guest as well. I think he's
okay. Gilly has 11,326. Mo has 11,605. So 280 more.
Yes. Fight back.
So,
Fight back.
one's all round, Prof. Is that right? Yeah.
We're all square. 1-1-1.
Lovely. Number 3. There it is.
Hold on, Prof.
Number 3. What is higher? Vaughany's ODI top score, Gilly's T20 top score, or Mo's T20 international top score?
Oh, jeez.
Are you saying like my IPL, like domestic type?
IPL, yeah.
Your ODI top score?
Vaughany's ODI or Mo's
Well,
T20.
I'm going on the way that you run this quiz, Ollie. I'm going to say myself because I've not had an answer yet.
Okay.
That's the only
The
reason.
feel good factor.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going for me.
Gilly's going himself. Vaughany's going himself. Mo, who do you want?
I think Gilly because my highest international runs were under 100, so I think he must be leading the chart.
Yeah. So Vaughany he's gone for himself at 90 in ODI as his highest. We then had, I think there's a story here, Mo, 99 not out. T20 international.
Were you not? Were you just batting for the team?
Were you batting for the 100 or were you slogging then or what? What's going on?
The score of the match went for a 6.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
I never tried to single it.
But Gilly got 109 in T20s.
There you go.
Yeah, right.
You go.
I'm in the lead.
Yeah.
No, hey, so Mo said you as well, then, isn't it? 2-1? 2-2-1?
2-2-1.
No, I did Mo.
I said you.
Yeah.
Apologies.
Yeah.
Okay, who has better List A figures for number 4, Mo or Vaughany? The best figures in List A.
I'll say
going
Mo.
Yep.
Mo 4 for 23. Vaughany 4 for 22.
But everybody said Mo, right? Everybody said Mohammad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody wins.
Vaughany, how come you did that?
Mo's face.
Tell me the position you was playing against.
Yeah, that's right. We want proof. We want proof of this.
Who was it against?
Don't know. Someone crick info and I'm recording.
I actually won, and I should have had a fifer against Sri Lanka. And I should have had a hat trick. I should have had a hat trick at Old Trafford, and Trescothick dropped it on the boundary. Yeah.
So it was a nice defensive stroke from the bloke on the hat trick ball.
I might have got Sangakkara out.
Well, he's only playing in 5th division, so he's not that good.
Yeah, that's
true. So number 5, what is higher? Gilly's T20 international sixes, Vaughany's T20 international average, or Mo's T20 international half centuries? So obviously World Cup, T20 international theme there. So Gilly's...
I'm going in early. I'm going Mo.
You're going Mo?
What was Gilly's one? Gilly's
my sixes
in T20 internationals.
Yeah, and yours is your average.
And mine was what?
How many half centuries?
I'm going to go
half centuries you scored in T20 cricket.
In T20s?
International, all international.
I've not had an answer yet, have I?
You've not?
No, I'm going to go me then.
Oh, yeah, your figures. Your last one.
Okay, no, I'll go Mo then, if I was the last one. Yeah, Mo.
If you think I put this much thought into it,
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I think myself.
you're getting back. Yeah. Everyone vote. So Gilly's T20 international sixes 13. Vaughany's T20 international average 13.5. Mo's T20 international half centuries 14.
Oh,
Yeah.
Have you got it? Have you got a tiebreaker? Have you got a tiebreaker? It's
We have a
3-3-2.
tiebreaker. It's 3-all
You do.
between Mo and Gilly for the tiebreaker. It's double points, so Vaughany can win it as well.
Yeah.
Every time.
Closest wins. On Cricinfo, how many clubs are listed next to Mohammed Hafeez?
19.
How many listed clubs?
On net, and the countries and different age grades on Cricinfo.
That's what he does. I've just noticed what he does, Gilchrist.
Can I help you out?
19.
Did you just look on Cricinfo, Gilly?
Yeah, he did.
No, I
He
was
Disqualified.
tending
Mo,
to.
what do you reckon? How many?
I think myself, because I moved around as a
What'd you say,
international
Mo?
pro to play leagues around the world. So I think it must be myself.
No. Just how many?
Just how many?
How many it would be?
Yeah, closest wins.
I've said 19 teams you've played for. And by the way, it doesn't include Idle in the Bradford League.
It does. They're not on there.
I think must be close to that. Maybe 17 or 18.
17. And Gilly?
I'll hazard a guess at 21.
43 is the answer. It is absolutely a new record.
What? Where are you?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Oh my God!
Yeah. There you
Congratulations.
Brilliant.
Gilly, is that right?
go. Didn't Gilly say? Yeah, Gilly.
Gilly
right?
said 21.
Yeah, 21 takes it. Nearly halfway there.
Nearly half, yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Gilly, on another trivia quiz win.
Yeah.
Very good.
Thank you.
Mohammad, your time is done with us. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
Brilliant, buddy. Thank you.
Love the podcast. Thanks for the information. Thanks for sharing and giving me this opportunity to be a part of this show. Thank you very much.
Well, I'll tell you what. Just before we sign off, we do a little toast, Mo, on this, and I'm not sure whether you mind if we just between us, Vaughany and here together, continue the tradition, because it's just always nice to toast the guest. Normally, it's with a little drink that we like called tequila, but we can't find a tequila, so we've got a little scotch here, but it's of the finest quality, Johnny Walker, I think it is, and it's to pay tribute to a fine quality guest, mate. To turn it around, you do it with the water, mate. That's unreal.
As a Muslim, I'm not allowed to take any alcohol.
No, that's what I thought. So that's good of you to have the water. To turn it around and throw the hot questions back at us, that's a wonderful skill. You're a class act, mate. Thanks for coming on. Cheers.
Cheers, Chanda.
Enjoy yourself and keep rocking, boys.
Wonderful.
May your mood always be full.
Absolutely. And just a reminder, to find us, we are at Club Prairie Fire everywhere. So Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, wherever you get your socials. Also Discord, Ollie, if you want to find us, www.clubprairiefire.com.au. Lots of extra stuff on there. We're about to record a little something extra to go on there now. So if you want to see that, be a part of the Discord channel. Mohammad, absolute pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much for coming on. Gents, have fun in Mumbai. Ollie, Lord knows where you are. It looks like some sort of ski lodge. Everybody have a good weekend, and we'll see you very soon.
Adios.
Bye-bye. Yeah.
Cool.
Well, remarkably, you've watched the show. Thank you. That's all I can say. And if you really like it, press something, I don't know, something on the screen, press it, or subscribe. That'd be really handy. It'd be really nice. Thank you.